It's about the I got to say, it's the stupidest thing in sports.
Gets the ball, gets back, pulls up for the win. Got it! Detroit basketball. Holloman looks the clock, half court for the win. Oh! The Lions go for it. The Vikings bring it. He's a pass. It's a touchdown to give. Bobby Baez.
Maybe our entire team needs to be executed after tonight. Maybe our entire team needs to be executed after tonight.
Yes, Tigers win! Bobby is unstoppable!
This is BS Sports.
And away we go. Yeah, maybe the entire Tiger team needs to be executed after the week they've had. We'll talk about them on Tuesday. We're back. We are back. Monday Night Football. You know how much I hate these night games, but I do like ESPN's broadcast. Like I will admit, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion. Actually, I do know it's an unpopular opinion. I kind of like Joe Buck. I do. And I think the video quality, the picture quality on ABC, probably the best of all the leagues. That's just my own. Oh, we got Samantha Paulino doing the national anthem. Anyone know any big Samantha Paulino fans? I feel disrespectful talking during the national anthem. So I'm just gonna, we'll take our hats off too. And it's a national anthem. For anyone just hopping in. Just gonna be very quiet during the national anthem. That was pretty cool. The fireworks right on the Rockets' red glare. Wow. She hit that note. She had hair in her face, like in her mouth as she's performing that. That's incredible. All right. Anyway, so going into this game, Lions underdogs -4.5 according to ESPN Bet. Also sitting at a 42.8% or 42.6% win probability according to ESPN's matchup predictor. The thing I'll say though, so I want to, if anybody has any clarity on this, please let me know in the chat, because if I just scroll down here, so inactives on ESPN not showing Jack Campbell. I saw on ESPN's little ticker Jack Campbell on what looked like the inactive list. I looked up the inactive list on other sources. I looked at the Detroit Lions official Twitter page. On the graphic they posted, Jack Campbell was not listed. So I don't know if he's playing or not, because I'm getting conflicting reports, basically. So is there some update that has been pushed that either he is playing or he isn't playing? Or I don't know. I know he was dealing with injury this week, which sucks because he led the team in tackles last week. And he's one of the more underrated middle linebackers in football, or off-ball linebackers in football. So, yeah. But on the other end of it, looking at the Ravens inactive list, no Jair Alexander, no Kyle Van Noy. They also, I can't think of the guy's name, but they had another defensive tackle that went down for them as well. So, look, this game feels like it has the makings of a potential shootout. It really is going to be dependent upon how well can the Lions' offensive line perform, because you've had 1 week in Green Bay where it did not really perform. They could not run the football. They couldn't do anything offensively. And then last week where they were dominating, although granted against the Bears, who had a big win this past Sunday against the Cowboys. But I don't think that the Bears are really any threat, considering we scored 50 points on them. So this offense is certainly capable of scoring points. And I'm not expecting them to drop another 50 bomb here on Monday Night Football, as exciting as that would be. But on the other end of it, the Ravens also incredibly explosive on offense. I mean, Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. Do I need to say anybody else? They don't have Isaiah Likely, so outside of him, your best throwing threat is going to be Zay Flowers, which is not nothing, and Mark Andrews. So this is going to be a tough game. This is outside of the Green Bay game, obviously the first real challenge out of conference, granted. But look, if Detroit can announce their presence, if they can get a win here tonight in Baltimore, Monday Night Football, the world is watching. I think people are going to start putting them near the top 3 or 4 teams in the power rankings. They weren't already putting them there. So it's a big game. And then next week, even if you lose this game next week, the solace you have is you got a bounce back game on Sunday against the Cleveland Browns, who are very bad. Very, very bad. Although they did beat the Packers. So, yeah, he doesn't trust him. It looks like the Lions will start with the football. So I don't know if they deferred or... I don't like starting with the football, obviously. I've told you guys this before, but if you're going to start with the football, let's have a big start. So there is the kick. It'll be taken out at about the 10. Not a very deep kick. Now past the 25. Now past the 30. Still on his feet. And finally brought down about a couple of yards shy of the 35-yard line. And here comes Jared Goff and this Lions offense. They struggled on the road in the season opener against Green Bay. Isaac Tesla out there in the starting lineup. He's got 2 one-handed catches on the year, the rookie out of Arkansas. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to start this game as well, and Jared Goff is going to start under center. First down and 10 at his own 34-yard line, or 33-yard line. There's the snap. They're going to give it to Gibbs. Gibbs is going to find a hole up the middle and only gain a couple of yards. Wasn't a whole lot there. Managed to stay on his feet after first contact, but dragged down afterwards. Interesting, they're showing David Montgomery in the Lions offense when he was not in there to start. Goff now in the shotgun. He's got Gibbs to his right. There's the snap. Throw coming from Jared. Jared's got time, airs it out, has a man open. It's Williams who breaks a tackle and steps out of bounds for a big first down. Yeesh. I don't know how he got that wide open, but a perfect throw from Goff and a great catch by J-Mo. A nice block there by Jahmyr Gibbs as well. I mean, he was one-on-one with number 2 there, the defender, who was unblocked, and he gave Goff extra second to find Jameson Williams, who makes a nice move. Unfortunately, he was forced out of bounds, but now into Baltimore territory are the Lions. Goff takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Gibbs, and he is going to be swallowed for a big loss. Eesh. He's on the road to nowhere. Owa. Number 99. Or Owa? I don't know. And completely breaks through on Brock Wright, the tight end. Not good blocking there. So now it'll be second down and 13. Jared's going to line up under center. There's the snap. They're going to give it to Gibbs, trying to find a hole, and there he goes. Jahmyr Gibbs with a decent pickup of about 7, maybe 6, makes it third down. It'll be third down and 6 on the 7-yard pickup. Matabuke is the defensive lineman that I mentioned who was out. He is out with a neck injury. No Kyle Van Noy, no Jair Alexander. So this defense, those are 3 starters for Baltimore. Lions got to take advantage here. Third down and 6. Kind of in no man's land, just past the Baltimore 40. St. Brown going in motion. There's the snap. Pass coming from Jared. Jared looking, throws. It is caught by Jameson Williams again for another first down. It's a perfect throw. I can't believe he weaved that through defenders. There was about 3 Ravens defenders in the vicinity, and Jared perfectly on target. Hits J-Mo. I thought maybe he was going to give the ball to Gibbs on the little dunk. But that's a great throw by Jared. A couple defenders in the vicinity able to find his guy in white. Number 1, Jamison Williams. And now it'll be 1st and 10 inside the red zone for Detroit. Hand off to Gibbs. Gibbs breaking free of tacklers, and he is going to be brought down for just a gain of 3. But that's more than you would have expected. Well, it's going to be 2, actually. Certainly more than you would have expected when that run was starting. It looked like there was about 3 Ravens defenders in black swarming him, and he managed to find a slight hole there, pick up a yard or 2. So now it is 2nd and 10. Lions driving down the field, opening drive of the night into the red zone. They are very deadly in the red zone. Pass coming. Jared has time. Airs it to Gibbs. Gibbs tried to juke a defender, but he's forced out of bounds. It'll be 3rd down and short. Probably about 3rd and 3. The clock will continue to roll here. Finally, 11 minutes of the opening quarter. 3rd down and 3. Lions driving. No score. First possession of the game. Second, 3rd down of this drive. 7 plays, just over 4 minutes and 56 yards. Lions definitely want to punch this one in. They need 3 first. Tesla going in motion to the left side. Goff going to throw. Goff looking, dunks it out to Gibbs, who wasn't looking. So it'll be 4th down and 3. And what do you think Dan Campbell is going to do? That was not a bad throw. It was on target, but Gibbs was looking in front of him. Lions are going to go for it on 4th down and 3. This is a huge down here for the momentum in this football game. Lions could be trying to get them to jump off sides as well. A lot of movement on this play here. There's the snap. Goff going to throw. Goff airs it. It is caught by Amon-Ra St. Brown for a 1st down at the 5. First catch of the night. And it's a conversion on 4th down. 1st and goal, and the gambling pays off for Dan Campbell. I mean, one-on-one with Kyle Hamilton, who's a very good cornerback for Baltimore. But it is so hard to beat Amon-Ra St. Brown. So now 1st and goal from about the 4.5-yard line. Gibbs in the backfield with Goff. There's the snap. He gives it to Gibbs. Gibbs looking for the hole, staying on his feet, and is he going to be just short? Brought down to the 1 to make it 2nd and goal. Final 9.5 to go in the opening quarter. Lions have burned much of this first quarter. This will be the 11th play of the drive. Jared goes under center. Takes a snap, gives it to Gibbs. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. Jahmyr Gibbs starts the scoring, and it's 6-0 Detroit. That is one way to start the night. A 1-yard rushing touchdown for Jahmyr. First touchdown of the night. Love to see that. I mean, that is about as picture perfect of a drive for this offense. Marching down the field, able to, for the most part, run the ball fairly effectively. You had 1 run for a loss, but the passing game was dominant. Receivers getting open. Jared having the protection he needs. And it is potentially 7-0 here. Extra point pending. Kick is up, and it is good. 7-0 Detroit. Gibbs scored his first career touchdown in this very stadium, and he starts the scoring tonight for either team. That is all right. I like that starting drive. I do. St. Brown they should call him Amon-Ra 3rd/4th down, because every time it is a have to have it down, they go to him, and he is electric. He's always there. As far as whether Monty should be our starter, I actually don't know. I mean, I feel like we're moving into that transition period where Gibbs now is taking over that running back one role that Montgomery started with when Gibbs was a rookie and then last year. I kind of don't mind leaning more on Jahmyr Gibbs, although Monty is a bit more of a bruiser, admittedly. So you might say, well, he can wear down on the defense to start a game more than Gibbs. But I think their thought process might be, well, David Montgomery's not getting any younger, so no reason to, push him harder than he needs to be pushed. What in the world is this commercial? What is this commercial? What is this nightmare fuel? That was weird. Speaking of nightmares, okay. I have to tell you guys this because I didn't tell anybody yet, so I figure I tell the internet. That's a great idea. So I didn't sleep very well last night. I had I guess you could call it a nightmare. I don't know. Like, it was a dream where you wake up after like you wake up from the dream. So I guess you could call it a nightmare. But okay, so in the dream, it was like I was watching like a live broadcast, like a live podcast interview show or whatever. And I'm just going to describe exactly what happened in this dream, all right? So I'm just going to describe it, all right? So in the dream, there's an African-American guy just talking. He's the guy getting interviewed. And for whatever reason, he starts talking about and I was, I've struggled with some sort of addiction or something. And then somehow he's and that was when I started looking at, how do I put this without YouTube getting mad at me? Child corn. And then he says that, and then it's as if he swiped his hand and it hit the camera that was videotaping him, and then he just started beating the and it's POV from the camera perspective. So it's this guy just beating up on the camera. It was really weird. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Kickoff goes to the back of the end zone for a touchback. So in comes Lamar Jackson. Last year, or his career on Monday Night Football, 22 passing touchdowns, most without an interception in Monday Night Football history. So maybe they're trying to give him the announcer jinx. But right now, he's going to be playing from behind. It is 7-0 Detroit. Let's see what this Lions defense can do to one of the most deadly quarterbacks in the NFL. There's the snap. Play action pass coming. Lamar airs it out. It is caught by Big Mark Andrews, who is brought down by Brian Branch for a first down pickup. So finally, Mark Andrews gets a target, and that time he does not drop the football. And some nice blocking there up front. Very little rushing attack there. And Jack Campbell is out there. Okay, so I don't know why people were saying Jack Campbell was inactive tonight. He's out there. So it'll be 1st and 10 from about the 40-yard line. And there is a jump there on the defensive line. That is Aiden Hutchinson. A little too antsy. That's going to be a neutral zone infraction. So now it'll be 1st down and 5. You can't have those kind of penalties. Especially not from your best player on the defensive line. So 1st down and 5. 8.5 counting down in the first quarter. Jackson lining up under center again. Henry in the backfield. He's calling something. I think that was Penny. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry rolling forward for a 1st down pickup. That is back-to-back 1st down plays by this offense. One in the air and one on the ground. And now the Ravens just shy of, or they might have actually gotten to midfield in just 2 plays. Granted, extra 5 yards from a penalty. 1st down and 10. Jackson in the shotgun. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Henry. No, Jackson's going to keep it. Breaking free, and there goes Jackson, who slides down for another first down. I mean, I even got bit on that. I thought that was definitely a handoff to Henry, and it was basically Jack Campbell and Lamar Jackson and Derek Barnes there. I mean, he eventually slid down because he was not going to get away from Brian Branch. But now the Ravens, 3 plays and all of them resulting in first down. Lions defense getting eviscerated early. Pass coming, and it is caught there by Mark Andrews. And finally, that will not be a first down. Kirby Joseph makes the tackle. It'll be second down and about, 3 on a 7-yard pickup, maybe 2. It'll be second down and 2. 8-yard pickup. It's finally the first play the Lions defense did not allow a first down. But I have to start somewhere. Jackson takes a snap, going to hand it off to Henry. Henry is going to be brought down short. Might have gotten half a yard. It'll be third down. I believe that was Derek Barnes, or maybe Tyleik Williams who was in there. In other news, Marcus Davenport goes onto the IR after a lengthy time where it was unknown what his status was going to be. But not that surprising. There's Derrick Henry on the run. I saw a flag, though, in the backfield. Henry's into the end zone. But there is a flag down on this play, and it may be coming back. Nope, they're going to call offsides on the defense. This is going to be a touchdown. Penalty is declined, and Derrick Henry has put his team in the spot where a kick will tie it. Who was offsides on that play? It didn't look like anybody jumped, so somebody just lined up offsides. Ish. I mean, it looks like there's basically no way he's going to get anywhere. But he is just so fast, so hard to bring down. Could be a long night for this defense. Kick is up, and it is good, and we are tied. Both teams open the night with touchdown drives on the ground. Andrews already has the amount of catches this game as the previous 2 games combined. Wow. Hopefully that means he won't have any more catches, right? Is that what that means? All right, well, we went into this game expecting it to be a high-scoring game, so it might just be one of those games where last possession wins. But it is still very early, but that is not exactly the showing from a defense that I wanted to see. It was basically, they had they had 2 plays where it was not first down. And then on third down, you give up the rushing touchdown to Derrick Henry. If there is any solace, I have Derrick Henry in fantasy, but I've already won this week, so I don't even need him to do well. Hold on, let me pull him up. I'm already 40 points ahead of my opponent this week, so I don't need Derrick Henry. Yeah, I'm winning 126-90. Although I do have to go up against his kicker. Okay, as a 28-yard touchdown run for Derrick Henry. See, I'm just rubbing it in at that point though, because I got a 99% chance to win. Unless the Baltimore kicker has the greatest game a kicker has ever had. If they score 30 points just kicking, Was that 10 field goals? Anyways, nobody wants to hear about my fantasy. But all right. Looks like it might be a long night for the defense. Both teams had opening drives that resulted in scores. Now, granted, you might say, scripted drives, first drives of the game. Let's see what happens now when coaches start to actually have to coach. 5:40 to go in the opening quarter. Ravens were rather quick down the field, as that is a line drive kick inside the 5. Taken out now past the 20, now past the 25, past the 30, and down at about the same spot on the initial return. So consistent returns here by Detroit, and in comes Jared Goff again. Jeez. Last week he had just 23 rushing yards, did Derrick Henry, with no touchdowns. Tonight, he's got 3 rushes for 36 yards and a touchdown. He's already had a better night tonight. Jahmyr Gibbs staying in the backfield for Jared Goff, who is under center. There's the snap. Play action throw. Goff under some pressure. He has to throw it to Gibbs. Is that a backwards pass? Are they calling that a backwards pass? I think it might have been. There's Goff talking to the referee. He might be questioning whether that was a backwards pass. Let's take a look. Gibbs picked it up and kind of ran with it just in case. I don't know. So it is now 2nd down and 19 instead of 2nd and 10. That's massive. Handoff goes to Gibbs, who bumps into his own O lineman, and he is just going to make it to the line of scrimmage. And now it'll be 3rd down and 1,000,000. I want to see. Was this a backwards pass? 23. Oh, yeah, I don't know. That's too close, yeah. Not a great throw by Goff, but he was under pressure, so he had to get rid of it. Now 3rd down and 19, need a big play or a penalty. Pass coming. Goff throws it to Gibbs. Gibbs looking for some blockers up front. Gibbs is only going to get just past the 30, well short of the 1st down, and the punt team's got to come out. Lions go 3 and out after starting the night with a touchdown drive. Eesh. I mean, not the way to bounce back after your defense easily gave up a touchdown drive. 4th down and 11. So they net -1 yard. See if Jack Fox can pin Baltimore very deep. Snap, and there's the punt. There's a deep punt to the 15. It'll be taken out from there, and nowhere to go. Nice tackle there by Sione Vaki. All right, 7-7, 3:16 to go in the first quarter. Ravens got the ball. Did you actually stay up and watch that USC game, Detroit fan? Be honest. I won't be mad at you if you say no. I didn't stay up and watch that game. My takeaway from that game is offense good, defense bad. That's my takeaway from that game. Oh, come on, man. Do you do anything on Sunday or do you just like sleep all day? What time did that game end? Like 3 in the morning? 2 in the morning? I mean, probably with the commercials, probably 3 in the morning. Don't they have a bye week this week at least? I hope they do because I got a wedding on Saturday. I don't want to have to miss another Spartan game. As painful as it might be to watch them sometimes. Okay. I clocked out it was 17-7 when I went to bed. They got it to within 1 score to start the fourth quarter. 1 possession game in the fourth, but just from looking at the box score at least. Okay. So we got a bye. Shout out to my friend for getting married on Michigan State's bye. Shout out my man. He knew. I'm sure he had no clue. I don't even think he went to Michigan State. All right. Okay, I didn't realize this ESPN bet ad was going to be that long. Okay, here we go. So second possession of the night for Baltimore. They marched down the field in their first possession. Lions also marched down the field in their first possession, but the second possession, not exactly the same. It was a 3-and-out that ended with a 4th down and 11. So let's see if this Lions defense can bounce back and keep themselves in this game. 3:16 to go in the opening quarter. Amazing. I'm so happy for a 4 p.m. kickoff. So happy about that. Jackson under center. There's a snap. Play action pass coming. Jackson under some pressure throws it up the middle. It is caught. Brought down and just short. Kolar. Decent amount of pressure there. Jackson just got the ball out as the pocket was collapsing. I do think I remember you, Declan Gallagher. I remember you from the Michigan State game. Welcome back. 2nd down and 3 for the Ravens. Handoff goes to Henry, and that will go for no gain. It'll be 3rd down and 3. And this defense got a shot to return a 3-and-out. Oh my gosh, did they just reuse the same highlight music? They were showing some sort of graphic, but then the play ran, and then they're like, all right, run it back. We need to use the same music. We paid good money for that music. So it's 3rd down and 3. Big opportunity for this defense to get off the field. Jackson's calling something audibly. Zay Flowers going in motion. There's the snap. Pass coming. Jackson airs it out. It is incomplete. Nowhere near the intended receiver. And the Ravens return a Lions 3-and-out with a 3-and-out of their own. Trying to hit Justice Hill. Jackson incredibly upset at himself. Alex Anzalone was there in coverage. He's lucky that ball didn't end up intercepted because that was just a teardrop pass. Stayed in the air for quite a long time. There's the snap. Punt up and away. That is a deep punt. Oh my goodness. A flag comes in. Khalif Raymond going to try to take this one out, and he is brought down inside the 10. There is a flag down. I don't know why. He should have, Khalif Raymond definitely should not have tried to take that one out. He was in way too deep. And depending on who this flag is on, offense for Detroit, it'll be a holding on the Lions. That halves the distance of the goal, so Detroit is going to be pinned. Ay. 1:43 to go in the opening quarter. Both teams have gone 3-and-out. Are we going to commercial again? Bro, this is ridiculous. Really? We had 2 3-and-outs. And now 2 commercial breaks. Hopefully that means that we're going to get less commercial breaks as the game goes on. Right? Isn't that how that works? Don't they only have so many commercial breaks, so they got to They got to feed them as much as they can. I guess I'd rather they front load them, but all right. Well, at least the defense answered. Now let's see if the offense can at least have a long, sustained drive, get down the field. Let's reclaim this lead, guys. No, what? What did I say? I guess if was because it looked like the flag came in at before Raymond caught it. So my thought is if he lets it go, that goes to the 25, correct? And that would cut it to what, the 12 and a half, right? Which is definitely further than where they are. Oh, commercials, yeah. Ooh. Na 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 na. Oh, next week they got a doubleheader on Monday. Jets, Dolphins. Ooh, gross, yuck. Bengals and Broncos. That's not as yuck, but still not great. Ish. Those two games, they looked a lot better probably going into the year. So it'll be first. Oh my gosh, they are really pinned. Lions are going to be at the 1.5 yard line. They're going to need one heck of a drive to score here. First down and 10 from their own 1.5. There's the snap. Handoff goes to David Montgomery, and Montgomery is going to get them out of that hole and push them just past the 5. Second down. That's his first carry of the night. Final minute and a half remaining in the first quarter. 7-7 the score. That'll be a 4-yard pickup from Montgomery. That makes it second down and 6, but at least now you're not completely pinned. Goff under center. There's the snap. And a handoff to Montgomery. There was a flag as soon as the play was snapped. This might have been a free play. Is it going to be offsides? It was thrown as soon as... It'll be illegal formation on Detroit. Oh my goodness. Another penalty on the Lions. It'll be declined, but... Lions... What was the illegal formation? Like, what was... It'll be third down and 7. So not exactly an easy down. Certainly gettable. Pass coming. Jared looking, throws. It is caught. Sam Laporta, first down. First catch of the night for him. And that should do it for the first quarter. They are probably just going to let this clock roll here because they're going to have to walk all the way down to the opposite end of the field. It's a great move there by Laporta. One-on-one coverage. Breaks off his defender. Makes the catch. Holds onto it. 5 seconds to go. Are they just going to... Yep, just wanted to see if the Ravens would jump offside. So that will do it. After 1, it is all tied up 7-7. Lions got the football, though. First and 10, deep into their own territory. Michigan State taking a knee with less than a minute, not attempting to score. I don't know what... Was this at the second... Is the end of the first half, you mean? I don't know because I didn't watch. That would annoy me in general. I don't like that, especially when you have a quarterback who can throw the deep ball and you got a receiver who can catch the deep ball. So that bothers me. Just hearing it. I'm not sure if I want to talk. I mean, I will talk about the MSU game, obviously. But I'm not sure how much detail I want to talk about it, just given since I didn't watch it, it's like I don't want to make it out as though I did, if that makes sense. Like I don't want to be disingenuous and say, "Oh my gosh, they should have done this, this, and that." It's like, well, yeah, but I wasn't even watching. Like the situation is lost on me. I can only tell you what I see in the box score, which is Childs had another good game, and the defense sucks. That's pretty much my takeaways. And I said this going, it's so funny because of course, for whatever reason, I don't like people who hate on Michigan State. They always seem to come out whenever Michigan State does something stupid, which is fine. You can dog on my team. That's totally fair. But it's like I go to bed. Michigan State's losing, right? I wake up. I check the score. Oh, okay, we lost. I see on my video that I did about Michigan State being overlooked, which, by the way, they were not. They were favored, or they were underdogs by 18.5, and they lost by 14. So they covered the spread, right? And everybody, I got 3 different comments. 2 of them were from one guy, but it was like, no, they're not being overlooked. It's like, oh, let's see when you make that comment. Oh, 3 a.m? You mean right after they lost? It's like, oh, so you're willing to talk when the result is over. And even when you do talk, Michigan State covered the spread. So I was kind of right. They were being overlooked. The spread was too high. And it, if you want to say realistically, it was not a 4% chance for Michigan State to win that game. When you go into the fourth quarter and it's a 1-possession game, that's not a 4% chance to win that game. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Beat Nebraska and I'll feel good. Like I said, go 1-1 on this road trip and I can feel good. I don't care who you beat. Just go 1-1. Goff under center as the second quarter starts up here. Play action pass coming. Jared with the dunk and dime down to David Montgomery, who stays on his feet. David Montgomery picks up the first down. He runs horizontal and then finally gets some room, breaking free. David Montgomery had a big run last year on Monday Night Football against another Burt team, the Seattle Seahawks, where he had a play where he just trucked over the defender. That's multiple defenders that Montgomery was able to just weave his way past. So ball at the Lion 28. Another play action pass coming. Goff under some pressure, stepping up. Goff going to run with it, and he's going to pick up about 7, maybe 6 mobile Goff season. Pressure came, and Goff picked up 5 on the run. Hey, man, you'll take it. Certainly better than a sack. Goff once again under center. Jeez, a jumbo package behind him. 3 guys. Gibbs going to run with it on the toss, and he is going to lose pretty much the yards that Goff gained there. Yeesh. So it'll be 3rd down and 9, or 3rd and 8. Dave Montgomery and Gibbs were both in. They had Montgomery on motion, and it was going to be Laporta and Montgomery out in front blocking, but there were too many defenders there. Laporta did a decent job blocking the first man, but there was no way for Gibbs to get out of that. It's 3rd down and 8. Certainly manageable. Goff 2 for 3. Or the Lions 2 for 3 tonight on 3rd down. Goff airs it out. It is Laporta once again for a first down. If it's not Sam Laporta, it's probably Amon-Ra St. Brown on 3rd down. They are Jared Goff's go-to guys on those 3rd downs where you're throwing the football and you have to have it. Once again, the Lions keep the drive alive. So it was first down and 10. First down would put Lions into Baltimore territory. They're going to give it to Montgomery. Nowhere to run. He might have gotten to the line of scrimmage, but he might have lost a yard. They're going to say he got there, 2nd and 10. Run game struggling here so far for Detroit. Not a whole lot of chunk runs despite the rushing touchdown. Montgomery, now your leading rusher, with just 12 yards. 1.3 yards per rush tonight. Handoff goes to Montgomery, and as I say that, a big chunk run there, and it should be the first down. It might be short, and they're going to mark him just short. It'll be 3rd down and 1, but it's a short one for David Montgomery on the toss. That's a big hole for the vet out of Iowa State. Now it'll be 3rd down and about a half a yard. There's the snap. Gibbs goes to Gibbs, and he is going to get there from forward progress. They pull him back, but definitely got it. That is interesting, going to Gibbs on that 3rd down and 1 after Montgomery has been the more explosive back. I guess that shows the trust level they have in their running back 1, and it pays off. What is Joe Buck saying? Do you hear him? He's talking. Joe Buck's doing like a cowboy voice or something. Joe Buck is feeling it in Baltimore. Goff in the shotgun with Gibbs to his right. He's going to throw. Goff looking under some pressure. Rolls it, and his thrown is caught by Jahmyr Gibbs. There's a flag down in the secondary. We'll see if this play stands. Could be defensive pass interference. Could be offensive pass interference. It's going to be illegal contact on the Ravens. And they said it was penalty declined. That was Kyle Hamilton who was called for it. It'll be 2nd down and 1 on the 9-yard pickup from Jahmyr Gibbs. But the Lions now moving down the field. Goff under center. Once again, 2 running back behind him. There's the snap. Give goes to Montgomery, and he is going to pick up the first down and get past the 30. I want to say somebody in this chat mentioned they wanted to see more Montgomery and Gibbs on the field at the same time. We've seen it twice tonight. That time it went for a first down. I think the run game's starting to get a little hot right now. Starting to wear on the defensive line. At least Dave Montgomery has. He's got 30 yards on the night. Goff under center. Montgomery in the backfield. Laporta going to the right side. There's a snap. Handoff goes to him. Montgomery finds a big hole, and he's going to pick up the first down. And into the red zone for the 2nd time tonight are the Lions. David Montgomery might be that guy tonight, even though Gibbs has the rushing touchdown. Since 23, Gibbs and Montgomery have 54 rushing touchdowns, most by any teammates in the NFL. Sonic and Knuckles, man. Sonic and Knuckles. Gotta go fast. That's right. What's Knuckles' phrase? Oh, no? Only some people will understand that reference. Handoff goes to Gibbs, who is not going to get much. Maybe 2. Whoa, little extracurriculars there. But no flags. No gamesmanship. That's all right. I mean, the problem with David Montgomery for opposing defenses is he's not an easy guy to tackle. It's not that he's that fast. It's that he can push through a defender and get an extra 2 or 3 yards. Handoff once again to Gibbs, and Gibbs, speaking of hard to tackle, he's going to pick up about 8 there. It'll be 3rd down. And now the rushing attack for Detroit just taking chunks out of the Baltimore defense. I mean, look at this. It's not that big of a hole that Gibbs is able to identify, but he puts the gas on and takes 2 guys to take him down. So now it'll be 3rd down and 1. And in this territory, you got to think it's 4 down for Dan Campbell, barring a huge loss. 3rd and 1. 4 seconds on the play clock. Got to snap the ball. 2, 1. There it is. Goff going to keep it. Mobile Goff makes it 1st and goal. I did not expect that. I don't think anybody on Baltimore's defensive line expected that. Everybody's getting 1st down rushes. Final 7 minutes of the second quarter counting down. Baltimore will get the football back to start the 3rd. So Detroit wants to give them as little time here as possible. This is almost a 10-minute drive. Detroit has dominated the time of possession, especially in the second quarter. Pass coming from Jared. He's going to throw. It is caught by Gibbs. He's going to dive, and he's just short. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 1. That looked like the play they ran on the final week of the season. Yeah, that's definitely down at the 1. That looked like the play they ran on the final game of the season last year against the Vikings on 4th down that resulted in a Gibbs touchdown. That time, Baltimore just able to stop him on the goal line. But now you put the Lions in a spot, 2nd down and goal, where they get to run one extra play to just punch this football in. Montgomery's in. Goff is in the shotgun. Here's the snap. They're going to give it to Montgomery, and he is going to just wait. Well, he's going to be short. No, they're saying touchdown. They're going to say touchdown for David Montgomery. And now he does his crying celebration. Both of the rushing attacks for Detroit. Where's the football? Is that the football? Yeah, that looks like it's crossed. Let's see. This might be a better angle. Yeah, that's crossed. That's a good call by the referee. Touchdown goes to David Montgomery. There are audible "Let's Go Lions" chants in Baltimore. Baltimore is not some scrub fan base. That is crazy. Lions fans travel well. And on the 3rd drive of the night, starting from their own 1.5 yard line, mind you, they march all the way down the field and burn 10 minutes almost. I'm not sure what they just called out on the announcers there, but okay, I guess they were fixing the clock just before we get to the extra point attempt. Lions burned the rest of that first quarter, then they burned a good portion of the second quarter, and now chance to go up 7 with 5:55 to go. Snap, hold, kick, and Jake Bates nails it. 14-7. Lions reclaim the lead after the defense got them a 3-and-out in the first quarter. You might have forgotten about that. But 2 rushing touchdowns from both backs. It's just what they do. Fireball blazing apple? Sounds like a bad idea. Sounds like a bad idea. But all right. Defense, can we hold on to the lead this time? That'd be nice. A quick 3-and-out would be huge. I like if since the Ravens are going to get the football back, I'd like to be up multiple possessions going into the third quarter. That might not be realistic, but I'd like that. Okay? Can I like things? Am I allowed to like things? Okay, like these Rob Gronkowski USAA commercials. Like the joke is like he can't get into USAA, but like can he though? Like why would they get him? Did they get him to advertise for it because he can't get in? Like what if he actually can? You're telling me he doesn't have any veteran family members? His grandfather? I have a veteran my grandfather was a Vietnam veteran. Didn't actually go. He got honorably discharged, but he didn't. He's still a veteran. He gets the VA. He gets the veterans card. Tell me you don't have any veterans? Any? Nobody joined the Coast Guard? I guess it's not totally impossible. I always just assume somebody in my kind of generation, which Gronk is a little older than me. Like 10 years older than me, I think. Hold on. How old is Rob Gronkowski? I think he might be 40. No, he's 36. Okay, so he's 10 years older than me. I think I said that. Most games with a rushing touchdown by running back teammates. That is the 11th. That is the most in NFL history. Paul Hornung and Jim Taylor for the Packers back in 58 and 66 were the closest with 10, and then they showed some black and white picture. So you know it's been a minute since this has happened in the NFL. So there is the high kickoff at the 5, taken out from there. Looking for a lane. He's got one. Uh-oh. Big return. He's brought down just at about the 50, and the Ravens are set up in great field position. Not great stuff from the special teams unit of Detroit. See what the defense can do now with favorable field position for Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has not thrown an interception in his career on Monday Night Football, mind you. There's a first time for everything. Ball at his own 49-yard line. Jackson going to hand it off to Henry, and Henry is going to pick up about 4. Tyleik Williams brought him down, but I think Tyleik Williams is going for a ride there. Second down, and 6, maybe 5? 5.5 to go in the second quarter. If you're Baltimore, you want this to be the final drive of this half. So they're probably thinking they want to just get those chunk plays on the Lions. And frankly, I don't know. You might even think about going for it since you're already in plus territory. Second down and 6. Pass coming. Jackson going to run with it. Jackson is going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. Derek Barnes got in there to make it third down and 6. I don't think that's technically a sack. Looked like a design run, but now third down and 6. Was that Jake Bates who made the tackle on that special teams play? It was. That's a nice play. Brings down Ali. Third down and 6, though. Big chance for this defense. Come on now. Ball is at the Detroit 46-yard line or 47-yard line. Pass coming from Jackson. Jackson under pressure, running to his left. Pass is caught for a first down. That was quite the play. Pressure came. He was able to roll and finds his man. That's Zay Flowers. Alex Anzalone brought it. Amik Robertson was also in there. And Terrion Arnold got burnt there for a first down pickup. That is unfortunate. Jackson's 4 for 5 tonight. There's the snap. He's going to throw. Jackson airs it out to the end zone. Just shy of the end zone, but caught and brought down by Terrion Arnold. Is now first and goal for Baltimore. Walker with the catch. Thought that ball was going deeper than it was, and luckily it was not. But it's still first down and goal. Walker, they just burned Terrion Arnold, and then they're going to burn him once again. Boy, he has really struggled in year 2. And there was pressure coming there. Handoff goes to Henry. He's going to be just short. 2nd down and goal. If you're Baltimore, you might want to take your time here. You're going to give Detroit the ball with potentially over 2 minutes to go. Obviously, now they're starting to slow it down. Lions still got all 3 timeouts. If they can have the ball with a tie game, knowing that Baltimore is going to get the ball back. There's the snap. Jackson hands it off to Henry, and that time he is short again. So it'll be 3rd down and goal. And now, what are you going to do on 3rd down and goal? You got to, well, they don't have to run a play here. They could let it run to the 2-minute warning. And I think that might be what they're going to do. That looks like that's what's happening here. So at the 2-minute warning, it'll be 3rd down and goal. Lions got a chance to close this out. It's going to be 3rd and goal from their own 1, or from Detroit's 1, I should say. 2-minute warning. Okay, well, now I'm thinking like they're going to be going for it, right? Like even if they don't get this 3rd down and goal, they're going to be going for it. I mean, if I'm them, just keep running it with Derrick Henry, and eventually he'll get in, right? Like, right? That guy's a hard guy to tackle. But just 1 incompletion from Lamar Jackson this half. Granted, I think Goff only has like 2. And Goff's only got 1. And the 1 incomplete, they both only got 1 incompletion this whole half. And the 1 incompletion for Goff, his receiver wasn't even looking. So, like, he very well could have had a perfect half. And he's definitely done that on Monday night. Ah, man. Still no sacks from either team. But Derek Barnes had a pretty good half. I'll say that. Maybe Derek Barnes will get an interception right here. That would be nice. Assuming they throw it. All right. So we're back. 2 minutes to go in the half. Ravens driving, ball at the 1, 3rd down and goal. Lions trying to hold them to potentially 3. They're going to have 2 downs, obviously, barring, a big loss. Derrick Henry's got 41 yards. He's already got a touchdown tonight. And they're going to go quickly to the line. There's the snap. Toss to Henry, and he is not going to get there, and he's going to lose a couple yards. Cunningham got in there, and it was 4th down and goal from just a couple yards further back with the clock running. Oh, my goodness. Great play there by Cunningham, number 55, was it, or 52? They're going for it. So this could be a huge chance for this defense. There's the snap. Jackson keeps it. Jackson looking to throw, and he loses the football. He lost the ball, and he picks it up at the 20, and the Lions defense turns it over on downs. What a sequence. Lamar Jackson completely fumbling That's that whole drive. He wanted to throw it, then he held on to it, and Jack Campbell able to get his hands on him and force the ball out. And now the Lions, with 3 timeouts, have 1:22 to go with the football. What a sequence. Wow. That was incredible. 2 plays, both of them for a loss. Cunningham with a great play to stop Derrick Henry on 3rd and goal. And Jack Campbell with almost the strip sack on Lamar Jackson. I guess you could kind of call it a strip sack. He didn't sack him, but... Oh, they call it a sack. So, yeah, strip sack. All right. But now, you got 1:55. If you can march down the field here and score a touchdown, Baltimore's going to get the ball back in the 3rd quarter. But if you can put yourself up 21-7 going into the 3rd, you're in a much better spot. You're in a much better spot. Oh, man. That was crazy. But we got to take advantage now. That's my thing. Like, we just made it. Defense just came up huge. I want to see the offense at least get a field goal here. Go up double digits going into the half. Best case scenario, you march down the field and you score a touchdown. But you got all 3 timeouts. So you got plenty of time. Like, the Ravens were getting out of the huddle quickly, so I didn't know if our defense was going to be able to make the proper adjustment. But Jack Campbell, what a great sequence for this team. And just it's an awful mistake there by Lamar Jackson. I mean, especially when you had great special teams play for Baltimore to set them up in excellent field position to come away with nothing. So now, 1:24, Lions got the ball at their own 20. Gibbs is in the backfield with Jared to his left. Pass coming from Jared. Jared, under some pressure, rolling. Now he throws. It is a little low and incomplete. Just could not quite connect with Gibbs. There is a flag down. It's going to be a penalty on the defense. It's an auto first. Marlon Humphrey called for a penalty. That is illegal contact. So Lions catch a break and get a free first down. I think that's the 2nd time on Marlon Humphrey for illegal contact. So now from their own 25-yard line, 1st and 10. St. Brown going in motion. He's been pretty quiet tonight. Goff going to throw. Goff stepping, rolling. Now he's still rolling. Just has to throw it out of bounds and incomplete. Pass rush was coming there for Baltimore, but Jared Goff, a lot more elusive than he looks. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Goff in the shotgun. Blitz coming. Goff gets rid of it. It's incomplete. Oweh. I don't know what they're running it back for. That was definitely a forward pass. Yeah, I mean, I don't. In what world is that not an incomplete pass? Yeah, ball goes easily got. Yeah, that is interesting that they were even considering. I mean, I guess good on the defender to pick it up and run with it if there wasn't a signal. But I don't know how the referees didn't call that incomplete. Now it's 3rd and 10. Like I said, Detroit just had a huge stop on defense. Got to take advantage here. At least end the half with the football. Need to have it here. Goff takes a snap. Screen out to Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra is not going to get anywhere but the line of scrimmage. And that'll make it 4th down and 10. And a huge missed opportunity for this offense after the defense came up with a big stop. So Baltimore calls the first timeout of the half. 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. Man, I hate that. I hate that. On a turnover on downs to get nothing, I do not like that. But the Baltimore Ravens had one strategy. That whole drive was blitz. See if Jack Fox can pin him. Wester will return it. Punt is up and away, and that is not too deep. There is a flag down, and it'll be brought out to the 41. There is a flag on this play. See what it is. It's going to be offensive holding. I guess kicking team holding. Ay. Another penalty on Detroit. Once again, great field position for the Ravens. It's basically as if you just burned a bunch of time, but they're right back where they were when they started with the football on that last kickoff. 56 seconds to go. Baltimore's going to get the ball to start the third. They got a chance to tie it up here. That I don't like. I don't know how many penalties. There's been I think 2 or 3 penalties on Baltimore. I don't think any of them have been on offense. All right, D. Let's put a stop to them. Let's get out of this half with the lead. All right. What is this? Whoa. It's a spooky movie. Wait, hold on. Oh, I know. This is that stupid telephone movie where the guy gets kidnapped or whatever, and he's got the phone in the basement. Something like that. The black phone, too. Even blacker than the last. Why would you answer a random payphone? How do people call payphones? Can you call a payphone? Sure you can. Can't just be a one-way phone. I just want to know who's answering the payphone. Do you have to pay for the answer? I don't think there are payphones anymore. Anyhow, so. I remember as a kid them being around. Steward, let's see. Yeah, I guess. I mean, he kind of tackled him, so yeah, okay. So the Ravens just a few yards shy of field goal range at least. And they will get the ball back to start the third. Pass coming from Jackson. Lamar has time. Now he's got room. He's going to run, and he can do damage on his feet as he gets out of bounds and picks up the first down. 48 seconds to go. Ravens stay on the field in field goal range. I mean, just not a whole lot of pressure brought on him. Yeah, I see you, Declan Gallagher. Jackson has thrown just one incompletion, 5 for 6. Jackson gonna throw. Jackson now under a little bit of pressure, rolling, has so much time, pass is caught, and managing to get out of bounds does Hill to stop the clock. Wow. 38 seconds to go. Still 2 timeouts, second down. Big missed shot there for a sack. Second down and 6. Ball now at the Lion 33 or 32 and a half. Jackson going to throw. Jackson has time, just airs it out, and it is caught by DeAndre Hopkins. I thought that ball was a little too out of his range, but he manages to get out of bounds again. Toe tapper. I mean, yeah. Meek Robertson pushed him out, but that was just a perfect throw to D-Hop. 13 yards. And now into the red zone is Baltimore, right there to try to tie this game up. Pass coming. Jackson throws to the end zone, incomplete, but a flag comes in. DeAndre Hopkins was the intended receiver on Terrion Arnold. And both of them are jawing at one another. Yeah, it's pass interference. Yeah, I mean, they're going to call it that way. That's what it is. One-on-one, and it seems like right now, Baltimore offensively is picking on Terrion Arnold, and he's either got to step it up or somebody else has got to force them to not pick on him. First and goal, you would have thought after the fourth down stop that there was no shot that Baltimore was going to get a touchdown. They will get the ball in the third quarter. They got a chance to tie this one up. 27 seconds, so plenty of time with 2 TOs. Play action. Jackson throw, caught, touchdown. Rashad Bateman. And it is an extra point away from a tie ball game. 3-yard catch. Just like that, the Ravens right back in it. A 32-second drive, 4 plays, 49 yards. Certainly did not help with the field position that they were able to get down the field that quickly. But offensively, the Lions did not take advantage of the turnover on downs and then just got totally burned there on defense. Snap, hold, and we are tied. 14 all with 24 seconds to go. So we'll see if Detroit can try to make something out of nothing with 24 seconds and 3 timeouts. They can try to get back on top. Baltimore will start with the football in the third quarter. How many times are they going to show Jason Kelce playing in the Ravens band? How many times do you think they're going to do that? It's like the 4th time they've shown that. Oh, the ball fell down. Ball fell down on the kickoff, so I think they're going to have somebody out there to hold it. And there is the kick. It'll be taken out inside the 5. Past the 20, now past the 25, now past the 30, and just shy of the 35-yard line. Khalif Raymond with the return. Wow, both quarterbacks with a 7-2 record on Monday Night Football. And they've matched each other in terms of total yards. Although that could change in this short possession. 18 seconds with the football, but 3 timeouts. Lions going to have to be quick and probably going to need some big chunk plays if they want to get this in range for Jake Bates. There's the snap, pass coming. Jared looking, throw. It is caught by Khalif. Not a big gain. They got to call timeout now, and they do. Just a short gain, burns 5 seconds. They're not really the kind of plays you need to be making in this drive. Too much time burned and not a whole lot of yards gained. All right, here we go. Shotgun formation once again. Goff is calling something. I think that was war. Pass coming. Goff throws it to St. Brown. Not going to get the first down. He's only going to pick up about 3. And once again, Lions call timeout. That's going to burn another 6 seconds. They're going to need a big play here. They've only got 1 timeout left and 7 seconds, and they're not even in Raven territory. You got to just give Jamison Williams a go route play. See if you can do something. Marlon Humphrey's on the sideline right now. Appears to be dealing with something. They're going to need to get to the opposite 40 to get into field goal range. 7 seconds to go. And Baltimore's calling timeout. I was going to say Detroit better not be calling timeout. You're going to need it. So John Harbaugh wants to get another look. Alabama at Georgia this Saturday night, man. I wonder how long this wedding is going to go. I might be able to catch some of that game. This is why you're not supposed to get married in the fall. Nobody listens to me. When I make the suggestion, nobody listens to me. But that's okay. It's all right. It's fine. Who wants to get married in the fall? Discussion for another day. 3rd and 3. Pass coming. Goff throws to St. Brown. He's going to slide down. They got to call timeout. They are just into Raven territory. And that was a smart play by Amon-Ra, because if he stood up for at least 2 more seconds there, Jake Bates wouldn't have even had an opportunity. And this is going to be very long. His career long is 58 yards. And this is going to be deeper than that. He'll be kicking it in his own territory as the ball is just at the Baltimore 49. What is this going to be, like a 60-some yard kick? Oh, they're going to push him up a little bit. This will be a 67-yard field goal attempt. Would be a career long for Bates. Are they saying an NFL record? Yeah, they're saying this will be an NFL record. Look at Jake Bates from 60 yards out in pregame, and he nailed it. But this is deeper than that. But he hit it with room to spare. Would be huge to go up, to go into the second half. You might as well. Bates is 0 for 1 of field goal attempts of 60 or more yards. Don't really see them very often. Wester for Baltimore is in the back of the end zone. In case this doesn't make the distance, it'll be from 67 yards out. This is for the lead at the half. Snap, hold, kick. It is up, and he doesn't get it. Wide to the right, and that will do it for the half. Wide to the left. Okay, I guess it depends who's... On my side, it looks right. I mean, he had the distance. It just kind of kept curving and curving and curving. And so at the half, it'll be a tie game, 14-all. Baltimore starts with the football. (11-2) record in primetime games since 2021. Best in the NFL. That's crazy. What are the two? The Cowboys game and... Jeez, I can't think of the other primetime game. What was the other primetime game we lost? Okay, wasn't any in 22. Oh, didn't we play a Monday night game in 2021 against the Packers? I think that's right. I think that's the one. So the Packers game, which was our team was terrible, and we were going to lose that game by 1,000,000. And the Cowboys game that we didn't even really lose. If you really think about it, on a deep level, on an emotional level. Man, pretty much evenly split though. I mean, Derrick Henry just 41 yards on the ground in that half. Dave Montgomery, though, 31 yards on the ground. On less carries, granted. Goff's got 135 yards in the half, 3 incompletions, 14 for 17. Jackson's got 98 yards, 8 for 9, though, with a touchdown. Jamison Williams, your leading receiver, for 43 yards. I want to at least, you know what? Okay, Boomer doesn't come on for a little bit. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick, and then hopefully I get in on time for Boomer's fastest 3 minutes. I need to see that. It's the best part of Monday night. All right. Okay. The win probability right now is basically where it was at the beginning of the game, which I guess makes sense because it's a tie game. but it's 44% for the Lions to win it going into the second half. I don't like those odds. I don't like that number, but it's close enough to where you're like, okay, you can work with it. But man, I just feel like this game is really going to come down to the wire, guys. I guess I said I expect it could be a shootout, and it very well could be as it gets later into this ball game. But man, I just got a feeling this is going to come down to like final possession, one possession lead, that sort of thing. Like I don't anticipate either team really pulling away here right now. But I mean, I don't know. This could age like, cheese. That guy's going real fast. Maybe he's going to the game. He's got to drive all the way to Baltimore. He's got 10 minutes until the second half starts. Can I at least see how many fantasy points Derrick Henry has gotten me? He's got me 10. It doesn't. I'm up 127 to 91. I feel bad for the guy I'm playing, to be honest. No, I don't. Feel bad for him. It's quitter talk. What's going on? Is there like a concert? Who the heck are these people? There's like an actual concert going on. Good Charlotte. What is this? They a local band? Oh, they're gonna cut away here. They're like, we can't stand it. Bring on Chris Berman. Wait, who's celebrating a Happy New Year? It's autumn. I don't know who Chris Berman was shouting out there, but I'll trust his judgment. All right. I got to hear the fastest 3 minutes, so I'm going to shut up. The Slim Reaper? Slim Reaper for Devontae Smith. I don't think I've ever heard that. It's like all these highlights are just field goals. Isaiah Rodgers, he called him a prophet. That's funny. That's good. Torrey Horton heard more than a who. That's, man. I love Chris Berman so much. Ah, Slim Reaper was Kevin Durant's nickname? I did not know that. I've never heard that people call him Slim Reaper. I know he's slim. I didn't know that was his nickname. Thought his nickname was KD. No? That just me? Man, Chris Berman is the best. How could you not like Chris Berman? If you don't like Chris Berman, you need to get your head checked. Guy is just a football and sports legend. And he's going to retire someday. And that'll be a sad day. Oh, man. This is where the stress levels really start to increase if they haven't already increased. You know what I'd really like to start this half? Pick six. That's what I'd really like. That would make me feel good. Or just like an interception in general. And then we get the ball and score a touchdown. Burn more time, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, like, I've heard of this factor because they sponsor like every YouTuber. And I'm sure someday maybe they'll even sponsor me. But like, the whole thing is like, oh, it's real chef food. It's totally not bad food. It's great. And the more they emphasize it, the more I'm like, something must be wrong with this. Like, either it's really absurdly expensive, which is, I don't know, or there's some chicanery going on. I love that, having that drop on my board, but I wish it was a little louder, but there's probably some chicanery going on, guys. I don't, like, how could they be like, look, it's great. It's like the perfect thing. It's like you just get all the food you need, vegetables, protein, all like it's chef. It's not like all whippers. It's like, no, there's got to be some catch. There's got to be something. Anytime they're trying to make you stop actually cooking your own food, there's got to be a catch. Maybe it is just absurdly expensive. Let's see. Let me actually look it up. Factor. Food. Let's see. Let me just see what are the plans. Okay, like I just want to. Okay, are they not gonna show me? Oh boy, they're not showing you the price yet, guys. All right, I'll enter my zip code and see. Oh, I don't want to register though. I just want to see the prices. About us, our plans. Okay, maybe. No, see. I don't know, Jim. See, it's a problem. They're not showing you the price up front. That's not a good sign. The later in the purchase they show you the price, the more expensive it's going to be. That's your shopping tip of the week. Or of the day. I don't know. Maybe I'll give another one tomorrow. At the very least, it will be the shopping tip of the week. It could be the shopping tip of the day. But it's for sure the shopping tip of the week. All right, we're back. Ba-da, ba-da. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. All right, Ravens all tied up with the Lions at 14. They will start with the ball. That's why I hate not starting with the ball. But it is what it is. Defense for Detroit gonna have to put up zeros. Try to hold on to this tie game. Ravens have not led all night, but you only got to lead once to win the game. Zay Flowers, no targets tonight. Lions kept him in check all first half. Kickoff from Bates is a deep one at about the 1 yard line. And that time it will go just past the 25-yard line. So a decent stop there. Certainly better than the last few special teams plays where the Ravens were just starting basically from midfield. $10 minutes and 12 seconds time of possession in the first half. Lowest in the first half since 2017, almost a decade ago. There's the snap, play action, throw coming from Jackson. Just with a screen pass to Derrick Henry. That will go for a gain of about 5, maybe 6. Second down. They're going to say 7, actually. Okay, never mind. I thought it was less than that. He must have jetted forward there. Aiden Hutchinson, fortunately, not having much of a presence so far tonight. Jackson under center. There's the snap. He's going to hand it off to Henry, and Henry will be just short, maybe by a half a yard. Third down. Big opportunity here early in this second half. Third down and 1. Lions have made stops in this downage before, albeit a much longer field of play to work with. Lamar Jackson with just 1 incompletion, and they're going to quickly get to the line. Oh boy, and there's a jump on the defensive line, and that will be a first. Number 51, I can't see his number. He's got such long hair. Oh, that's Roy Lopez. Off-season acquisition from Arizona. That is unfortunate. Defense gets a third down, but a penalty gives Ravens the first. So first down and 10. Jackson under center. There's your snap. Play action pass coming from Jackson. Throws it up the middle. It is nearly intercepted. Oh, Brian Branch off his fingertips. Oh, my goodness. Lamar Jackson almost threw his first interception in his career on Monday night. Oh, man, that is a huge missed opportunity for Brian Branch. An underthrown ball that Branch got in front of, and he almost always makes that play. It bounces off of his helmet. At the very least, it's just an incomplete pass. Second down and 10. Got to move along. It's a positive play for the defense at, no yards. Pass coming. Jackson throw is caught and immediately swarmed by Jack Campbell. It'll be third down. Third down and 6. This is another third down opportunity for this defense. Almost came up with a turnover just a couple plays ago on what is now the second incompletion of the night for Jackson. Pass coming from Jackson. Quickly throws it off, and it is caught. And the question is, did he get there? I think he did, and they're saying he did. Just barely. Say Flowers. Amik Robertson was on him. As a quick throw, and Ravens keep the drive alive. As his first target of the night, his first catch of the night, and it goes for 6. Now into Lion territory are the Ravens. Hand off to Henry. Henry not going much of anywhere. About 3 yards, maybe 4. They're going to say 4, 2nd down and 6. And the Ravens burning a lot of time in this third quarter. Almost 5 minutes on this drive. 11:33 and counting to go. There have been multiple third downs. Jackson under center. There's your snap. Play action pass coming. Jackson throws on the middle, wide open and caught, and nearly breaking free was Kolar. It'll be 1st and 10, and the Ravens marching down the field, and that missed interception is really coming back to bite Detroit. Kolar was wide open. I mean, I guess that shows how the defense views him. Kirby Joseph credited with the tackle. And did the rape? Okay, they're going to spot the ball at the 29-yard line. I don't know if that's more favorable or less. So it's going to be favorable. Moves it back. 1st down and 10. 10:44 to go. Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams watch on as the defense being marched down on here in the third. There's your snap, play action pass. Gonna air it out, and it is caught. Mark Andrews with Brian Branch on him. 1st and goal. I mean, I can't be mad at that. That was pretty good coverage from Branch. And Andrews just mossed him, basically. Could not break it up. That's unfortunate again because Branch almost had the interception. 1st and goal. Toss out to Henry. Henry gonna throw it. He airs it out, and it is nearly intercepted by DJ Reed. Oh my goodness, that is 2 near interceptions. I don't know what they're thinking running a play like that when their offense has just been cruising. If that was intercepted, oh my. Yeesh. It'll go as just an incomplete pass from Derrick Henry. I don't understand why teams will try that sort of thing in a spot like this when your offense has just been cruising. 2nd and goal. Jackson going to throw it this time. Jackson rolling. Now he's under pressure. He's brought down and sacked from behind. That is Al-Quadin Muhammad. That makes it 3rd down and goal. 2nd sack of the year and 2nd sack in as many games for Muhammad. Pass rush came there, forced Jackson out of the pocket, and he had nobody to throw that ball away to. 3rd down and goal. Final 9 minutes of the third quarter. Ravens trying to take their first lead of the night. Pass coming. Jackson airs it out. It is caught Mark Andrews touchdown. Oh my gosh. How did he get that ball there? 14 yards to Andrews, and the Ravens take the lead. Alex Anzalone was in coverage. I can't believe that was caught. Wow. Perfect throw. And I just thought the coverage was a lot closer in real time. 73 yards and 6 minutes to start the half. Snap, hold, and the kick is good. And the Ravens have their largest and only lead of the night, 21-14. After a sack on 2nd and goal, it becomes a 3rd and goal touchdown. 8:51 to go in the third. What is this little question block here? Is it just like if it has a question mark, it has it? Today, I'm all right now. I mean, not feeling great just because that drive could have gone a whole different way if just a few things went our way defensively. I do see that your Colts are 3-0, but I don't believe, man. I just got to be honest with you. I don't believe. They beat the Titans. They beat the Dolphins, who are terrible. There's not anybody that I look at who they've beaten to where I'm like, okay, this is for real. But in that division, they might end up as the team on top because Houston can't find a win. Jacksonville is good, but not great. And Tennessee's Tennessee. Oh, gosh. Just seeing this advertisement for the Golden Bachelor, and I just want to throw up. I don't know what makes me more sick. The show itself or the fact that people are watching that. It's just like, I mean, like, I wouldn't watch the regular Bachelor, but at least with the regular Bachelor, it's like, oh, well, it's like hot people, I guess. It's like, this is like old people. I don't want to watch old people do stuff. Like, you're basically like, I want to watch my parents' generation do what they do on the regular Bachelor. No, I don't want to watch anybody do what's on The Bachelor, let alone old people. So now the Ravens up by 7. Lions going to need an answer. It's a bit of a squib kick, and a flag is going to be thrown. I think that's short of the landing zone. So that's going to give the Lions good field position to start this quarter. The Lions will start at their own 40. So good field position here with 8:51 to go in the third. Lions offensively, last drive of the half was a missed field goal, but they ran out of time. The drive before that was a 3-and-out after a huge turnover on downs, where they unfortunately were unable to take advantage. And let's see. The Lions can answer in their first deficit of the night, down 7. Gibbs in the backfield. There's the snap. Play action throw. Goff looking, throwing, incomplete. Couldn't hit J-Mo. Pressure was coming. He had to get rid of it. Green was in there. Unfortunately, could not hit his target. Second down and 10. Goff in the shotgun. First down marker at the 50. Handoff goes to Gibbs. Gibbs finds a big hole. Oh my goodness, he got knocked down there. He's going to pick up about 8. It'll be third down. But a big chunk from Jahmyr Gibbs. Look at this hit. Eesh. Gibbs got up right after that hit. That is a tough hit. Third down and 3. Lions got to stay on the field here. This crowd is into it right now. Montgomery and Gibbs both in the backfield for the Lions. Snap, pass coming. Goff looking, throws. It is caught by Laporta for a first down. On third down, who do you go to other than Sam Laporta? For definitely his best game of the season in terms of targets and catches. Now the Lions into Raven territory. Goff under center with Gibbs in the backfield. Ball at the Baltimore Raven 46. Snap. Handoff to Gibbs. Gibbs finds a hole. Gibbs stays on his feet. He's going to pick up a first down. That'll move the chains and run the clock. 7:10 to go in the third. Or no, they're going to call it second down and 1. So 9-yard pickup from Gibbs. 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. That is a short yard that Gibbs failed to get. Handoff goes to Gibbs again, and that time he will get just what he needs, and that's all he needs. Clock continuing to roll. 6.5 to go in the third quarter. Lions down 7, but they're moving down the field. Their first possession of the second half. Ball is at the Baltimore, about the 35-yard line. Goff takes the snap. Toss out to Montgomery. He's going to throw it back to Goff. Goff going to air it out, and it is caught for a first down by Amon-Ra St. Brown. Boy, a little trickeration from John Morton puts the Lions into the red zone. Thought maybe that was going to go to the end zone there. They've done this before. Montgomery throwing it back to Goff. Good on Jarrett to get rid of it because the pressure was coming. And a great throw to St. Brown, who's had a real quiet night. I think that's only his third catch of the night. All of them have been impactful, though. Now at the Baltimore 18. Goff in the shotgun. Gonna throw. Goff has time. Takes it to the end zone. Caught! Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Lions. 1-on-1 with Marlon Humphrey, and you are not defending that man for an 18-yard touchdown. And the Lions are a kick away from tying this game up. He went in motion at the very last second there and got a step on Marlon Humphrey. Goff identified it. St. Brown made the play. And just like that, Detroit's right back in this game. See if Jake Bates can tie it. 60 yards, 7 plays in that drive, and 3:38 burned from the clock. Kick is up, and it is good, and we are tied. 21-21. This game has delivered in entertainment value. That's for sure. Wow. Both teams opening the half with touchdown drives. All right, defense. Let's get a stop here. Come on now. Let's get ourselves back on top in this game. Let's give the offense the football with a chance to take the lead. A few plays going our way in that last drive from it totally flipping the script. If Brian Branch comes up with that pick, man, who knows what we would have done when we got the ball, but thoughts on the game so far? I think really both of these teams are incredibly good, Jimmy. And the Lions, from a fan standpoint, I think they're playing pretty well overall. Defensively, yeah, you give up 21 points, you're not super hyped about that, but it is one of the best teams in the league against one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And they made some really nice plays. That fourth and goal stop, the final minute or so of the second quarter, that was impressive. And they've stopped this offense multiple times. And then offensively, similar deal, honestly. They've had a couple of opportunities that I think they missed on. They didn't get any points on the turnover on downs. They didn't get any points in the final 20-some seconds. Yeah. My thoughts on MSU's performance against USC. Michigan State, offense good, defense bad. Jonathan Smith? No, he's not cooked. I don't really get this angst. I mentioned it on the last clip. And yeah, the defense sucks, but the offense has looked really good this year. Ultimately, we'll have a better understanding once we get to the end of the season and what their record is. If they're 6-6, then yeah, the guy is going to be on a really hot seat. But if they get to, which they could, still possible, they could get to 8-4 at the highest. But I don't know. This defense is going to help them lose games, but their offense is going to help them win games. So it's really a matter of, is the defense going to improve as the year goes on? Who knows? Probably not. And can the offense continue at the pace they're going? We're more than 3 weeks in, and you've got multiple 30-plus point games in a row. And that one bounces out of bounds on the kickoff. That will be a penalty, and the Ravens are going to get good field position. Ball at the 40. So, yeesh. Some special teams woes for the Lions. So, Baltimore will start at their own 40 as opposed to wherever they would have ended up, and that ball stayed in bounds. Jackson moving Andrews in motion. He's going to throw it to the Zay Flowers on the screen, who's going to pick up about 7 or 8. I think that's going to be 7 yards. Second down. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. All tied up at 21. Defense got to step up here for Detroit. Jackson takes the snap, play action. He's going to throw, and Jackson going to be brought down and sacked. Al-Quadin Muhammad again. That is going to be third down and long. Well, relatively long. That's his second sack of the night. He has stepped up to the plate in place of Marcus Davenport. I'm pretty sure he leads the team in sacks. That is his third sack of the season. And that is not an easy quarterback to bring down. So third down and 10. Got to come up with a stop here. Defense got to step up. Pressure coming. Hutchinson throw is incomplete. And the Ravens go 3 and out. Great stop there by the defense off the back of Al-Quadin Muhammad getting his second sack of the night. And now the Lions will get the ball back with 3 minutes and 47 seconds to go in the third and a chance to retake this lead. That is a great stop by the defense, especially after giving them good field position. They didn't give up a yard. There's the snap, and the punt is high. Raymond going to let it bounce, and it will not take a favorable roll. It'll be stopped inside the 5. A good punt there by Baltimore pins Detroit. It was the right call by Khalif to not try to take that one. But now Detroit pinned inside their own 5. But they've been in this place before. And they scored a touchdown last time. 3:36 to go, 21 all. All right. Let's have this drive be the final drive of the third, and let's score a touchdown. That is what we need right now. I'm telling you, this is coming down to like final drive of the game, guys. Just the mood and the feeling I have about this game. This is coming down to that final drive. Whoever's got the ball, who's going to step up. But I'm happy the defense came up with a stop. Al-Quadin Muhammad, man, 2 sacks. That's crazy. I mean, he's done more than Marcus Davenport did when he was playing. Oh, man. Nerves are very high. I love these Progressive Becoming Your Parents commercials. These are just amazing. They showed this before the game, so I've seen it before, but I love it. It's so funny. And coffee for Jan? Anybody? Come on, man. Oh, man. All right, we're back. Liv's Tavern in Baltimore. Jeez, I would never want to be there. There's like, you're like shoulder to shoulder with people. Sounds terrible. Would anybody want to be in that environment? I'm sorry. I know some people no chance. No. I'd rather just invite people over to my house and not have people be shoulder to shoulder, although I don't have a large place. All right. 1st and 10 from their own 4. Goff under center. Crowd in Baltimore is loud right now. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Montgomery. Montgomery finds a hole, big hole. Montgomery going to roll forward and get the first down. That is the way to start the drive, a David Montgomery run. Just get themselves out of that deep territory. Great blocking up front, and then great running by David Montgomery. Even Jamison Williams out in the secondary, great blocking as well. So now at their own 15-yard line. Goff under center, Montgomery staying in the backfield. Play action. Goff throws it up the middle, incomplete. Wanted St. Brown. Boy, he's lucky that didn't end up with a black jersey. Wasn't a terrible throw, but just missed his guy, Amon-Ra, who he's normally perfect with. Second down and 10. Goff under center again. They're going to hand it off this time. Montgomery, look at him run. Look at Montgomery. There he goes. Montgomery, 40, 20, 30, 25, down to the 20, 15, and brought down just shy of the 10. David Montgomery, have a night. Completely breaking free, and the Lions have a chance to take the lead here. What a run. You don't expect that from Knuckles, but he saw nothing but green grass. Great blocking up front. He identified the hole, and there was nothing. And unfortunately, Marlon Humphrey was able to catch up with him. But it is 1st and 10. The give goes to Gibbs. Speaking of big holes, that one goes for about 7. 2nd down, and this defense for Baltimore has got to be just completely gassed as Montgomery's going to check back in. 2nd down and 5 minutes and 40 to go in the third. Honestly, if I'm Detroit, I'm taking my time at this point. Burn as much of that clock as you can. So you're right in range to take the lead. 3 for 3 in the red zone for touchdowns. Goff under center. There's the snap, play action. Goff going to throw. Goff under some pressure. He throws it to Laporta, who's only going to pick up a yard on the screen. It'll be 3rd down with the clock rolling. 3rd down and 4. Final minute of the third. Lions got its score here. Khalif Raymond has checked in. Jared Goff is 7 for 8 on 3rd down with 5 first downs. Play clock at 5. Are they going to call TO? And they will. Lions call a timeout. I kind of hate that because I know this game is going to come down to the wire. I just got a feeling. And to use up a timeout in the third quarter, those could definitely be useful late in this ball game. Oh, man. All right. Out of the timeout. Here we go. 3rd down and 4. 36 seconds to go in the third quarter. This has been a 5-play drive of 90 yards and 3 minutes taken from the clock. Goff is going to line up under center with Gibbs in the backfield. There's the snap. The give is to Gibbs, and he is going to be just short. He is going to be about a yard short. And I got to think Detroit's going to go for it with that yardage. But I think they're going to let the clock roll to the end of the third quarter. This is huge either way. I mean, yeah, it looks like they're just going to, Goff is just standing there, not even near the football. So that will do it for the third quarter. We are all tied going into the final 15, 21 all. Lions with 4th down and 1, well into Raven territory. They are perfect in the red zone for touchdowns. They need a yard to keep this drive alive. I hate, like, I have ice in this, but it's like the ice is like, I hate when I like get the ice in the water. I just want the cold water. Oh, man. Now I'm really nervous. Because you could take the lead if you just kick the field goal here, but, I mean, it's just the way Dan Campbell coaches, right? Plus, it's 4th down and 1. What are your chances of missing a 4th down and 1 versus your chances of just kicking the field goal and then you give them the ball? Gosh, all right. This rushing attack has been good. I wonder if they're going to bring Montgomery in because it was Gibbs in before the quarter ended. Montgomery's had the better night, over 100 yards on the ground. Oh, man, I thought they were already going back to the game, but it's just the Dan Campbell, Sam Bernstein commercial. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. So many. I mean, I know that it's not that many commercials, but it just, I just want to get this play over. Can we at least just see if we get the 4th down? Or we don't have to get a touchdown. Just need to get 1 yard, all right? You don't need to get a touchdown. Just get the yard, and then you can worry about getting the touchdown because then it'll be 1st and goal. Oh, my gosh. We just saw this same Sam Bernstein commercial, Dan. Come on, coach. Okay, we're back. Final 15 minutes in this ball game. Tied up at 21 all. It is 4th down and 1. Lions keeping the offense out there. And I just saw Montgomery is on the sideline. So Gibbs is going to be in the backfield. This is a huge, huge chance for Detroit. They got to get this. Goff is under center. Jumbo package. They got like a million guys on the O-line. They give it to Gibbs on a toss. And there is Gibbs. Touchdown. The direct handoff to Amon-Ra, who tossed it back to Gibbs. And the Lions reclaim the lead. Oh my gosh, what a play. Direct handoff to Amon-Ra, who tossed it back to Gibbs. And it's a 4-yard rushing touchdown for Jameer. His 2nd of the night. What a trick play. Once he tossed it to Gibbs, he was going. Morton loves it. And now, Lions an extra point away from a 7-point lead. Let's go Lions chance in Baltimore. Snap, hold, kick. It is good. Bates nails it again. 28-21, 14:55 to go. Lions defense needs to come up with another stop. Back-to-back touchdowns for Detroit offensively to give them back the lead. It is Sonic and Knuckles appreciation night. Oh, man, that is hype. But there's still so much time. That's my concern. There's still a lot of time. I need another defensive stop. I need Al-Quadin Muhammad to get his 3rd sack of the night. I need Al-Quadin Muhammad get his 3rd sack of the night. That would be awesome. Oh, I got the Amon-Ra St. Brown Honey Nut Cheerios. I had to support the team, guys. I also really like Honey Nut Cheerios. It's definitely better for you than Lucky Charms or Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Oh my gosh. All right, come on, just get back to the game. I'm very hype right now, but we need to finish this game. Got so much time left. I'm glad they burned the rest of the 3rd quarter on that drive, so I'll take that for sure. But still, so much time. Okay, I was like, what's going on? I mean, that's such an incredible play. What a gutsy play call to do like a double, like a handoff lateral on a 4th down and 1. Is going to be taken out from inside the 15 and then forced out of bounds just shy of the 30. So 14:52 to go. Lions up 28-21. Lamar Jackson will step back out. Last drive stifled to a 3-and-out. $15 for 18 tonight, 170 yards and a couple of touchdowns with 25 yards on the ground. Jackson a little high on the snap. Handoff goes to... No, he's going to keep it, and he's only going to pick up about 3, maybe 4 yards. Oh, my goodness. That could have been dangerous because I got fooled by that. And that'll make it 2nd down and 6, I would imagine. No, 2nd down and 7. Only a 3-yard gain. This would be a huge chance if this defense can get off the field quickly. Allow the offense to just burn as much of the clock as they can. Jackson once again in the shotgun. Jackson rolling to his right, still rolling, airs it out, incomplete, way overthrown to Zay Flowers. And now it is 3rd down and 7 with 14:11 to go. Clock has stopped. This is a huge chance for this defense to get off the field. Baltimore 4 for 7 on 3rd down. Detroit is 7 for 11. So they've faced more 3rd downs, but they've converted as many as Baltimore has seen. 3rd down and 7. See if the defense can make a stop. Snap. Jackson going to throw. Jackson throws it up the middle. It is caught for a 1st down. Rashad Bateman. It's a big conversion. Moves the ball all the way into midfield. The clock will roll. That is a huge missed opportunity by the defense. And Rashad Bateman, who's had a pretty good game so far. Amik Robertson was in on Bateman. He made the tackle. Now the ball's at the Lion 49-yard line. There's the toss out to Henry. Henry looking for a hole. He's not going to get there. He's only going to pick up 2. There is a flag on the play. We'll see what this is. They're going to call a low block on the defense. It's another penalty on Detroit, and that's an auto first. Brian Branch called for a penalty. Let's see. What? How is that a low block? He didn't even... That is a bad call by the referee. I don't see how that's an illegal low block. You just give Baltimore an automatic 1st down there. That I don't like at all. So the ball will now be at the Detroit 31 and a half. Oh, there might have been a jump on the offensive side. And there is a false start. Finally, a penalty goes against Baltimore. So it'll be 1st down and long. So now the defense has another opportunity because you got to think, given this stage of the game, it's probably 4-down territory, especially given where they're at on the field. So Jack Campbell's got some bandages on his upper lip. He's playing through it, though. Now the ball's at the 37. or 36 and a half. Jackson, throw, incomplete, nobody near. It's second down and 15. I think he was going for DeAndre Hopkins, but nothing there. Lions brought some pressure that time, so he had to get rid of it. So now it is second down and 15. Need to get a stop here for sure. $12:54 to go in this ball game. Lions up 28-21. 3 seconds on the play clock. Hey, it's not the ball. Just got it off. Jackson staying on his feet, throwing. It is caught for a first down again. Rashad Bateman. 16-yard pickup, and that you can't have. You get the second and long, you can't give up a first down on that play. Rashad Bateman has been the story of this Ravens offense all night. Wide open. Too open. Now into the red zone of the Ravens. Jackson going to keep it himself, running up the middle and brought down after a gain of 1 by DJ Reader. Second down and 9. Final 12 minutes counting down in this ball game. DJ Reader had a career high in sacks last year with 3. That's interesting. There's the snap. Jackson going to throw. Jackson under some pressure. Jackson going to be brought down and sacked. The whistle was blown before the ball came out. Nowaski was fighting for it, but Trevor Nowaski going to be credited with a sack. It'll be third down and long. That is, I believe, the 4th sack of the night for Detroit. Nowaski was kind of playing the spy there. Kept Jackson in front of him. So now it'll be third down and long. 4th sack of the night for this Lions defense. Third down and 13. Gotta have this one. $10:40 to go. 5 on the play clock. Gotta snap it. There it is. Pass coming. Under some pressure is Jackson. Jackson stays on his feet. He's trying to escape. He's not going to. Down he goes. Derek Barnes. 4th down. Back-to-back sacks. And now they have to bring out the field goal unit in this case. But that is a huge, huge stop by this defense. And if this field goal goes wide, then the Lions got a chance to just completely ice this game. I mean, even if they make it, they got a chance to ice this game when they get the ball back. It's a great play by Derek Barnes, excuse me. Tyler Loop, who is 2 for 2 from field goals of 40 to 49 yards. This is from 41. Snap, hold, kick is no good. He missed it. No, he got it. What? Oh, he got it through. It looked like he missed it live. Oh, man. It looked like he kind of hooked it to the left. Just got it through. Yeah, I mean, okay, that looks like a much more favorable angle. On the live broadcast, it looked like he missed it. Lions got to if Lions can march down this field, get a touchdown, then they'll be in the driver's seat for sure. But now you got to at least match what they just did, obviously. But if you get a touchdown, then they'll be in the driver's seat defensively. Oh, man. But that was huge. That was huge. Force them to a field goal. I'll take that. It's a good thing Deion Sanders is like an advertiser for Aflac, because he's probably going to have to start doing that full time. I know he won this weekend against Wyoming. Ooh. I'd hope they could beat Wyoming. What is... This is a very uncomfortable commercial from JP Morgan Chase. Jeez, that... Wow, it just barely made it. Wow. Just barely snuck through. I thought for sure that was wide. All right, final 9:40 to go. Lions are up 4. They can score a touchdown here. You're in a different ball game. Going to be taken out just past the 25, and Sailors will take it all the way to the 35. Nice return there. All right. At this point, I'm looking for just a long drive. You don't need any big plays. You don't need any splashes. Just move down the field with efficiency and effectiveness. You don't need the big David Montgomery run. I'll take it, but you don't need it. Just consistent yardage. Keep the ball. Burn 5+ minutes from this clock and go up double digits again. Goff takes the snap. They're going to give it to Gibbs. Gibbs, after first contact, is going to pick up about 5 yards, maybe just 4. Second down. Clock will roll. They're going to say second down and 5. And obviously, Lions going to take as much time as they want right now. Final 9 minutes counting down. Gibbs staying in the backfield. Goff takes a snap. Play action. He's going to throw. Goff has time. Throws. It is incomplete. Wanted Isaac Tesla. And that is 3rd down and 5. Was not a bad throw. It's just good coverage. Isaac Tesla was looking for his 3rd career catch. And that time he tried it with 2 hands. Well, rather, the defender got his hand in there. So 3rd down and 5. Got to have it. Goff is in the shotgun. He's got to snap it. Just able to... No, they aren't able to get the snap off. Unless Dan Campbell got the TO off. So Lions just able to get the timeout call, but they will have just 1 left. Unfortunately, the noise becoming a factor here late in the 3rd. 8:48 to go. Here we go. 3rd down and 5 once again. You got to think Baltimore is going to be bringing the pressure right now. Goff going to throw. Goff looking under some pressure. Goff going to throw it to his side, incomplete. Tried to go for Khalif Raymond, and the Lions will go 3 and out. He probably could. I mean, I don't know if he would have been able to make that play with his feet, but it certainly was not going to make the throw there. That was not a great throw from Jared. Might be able to if he cuts. I don't know. That would have been close. So now Jack Fox is going to be tasked with punting this one away. No, you're not going for it. Not in that field position. No chance. Trying to make a move there on special teams. He'll be brought down at the 20. It's a nice play there, special teams wise. Yeah, no, you're not going for it at that point. No. All right, defense. It's going to be up to you. Hold them to at least a field goal. This could very well be the final possession for Baltimore, depending on how long this goes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. That drive did not go as planned, that's for sure. Couple of incompletions. That sucks, especially in that it stops the clock, but it might work to your benefit depending on what happens here for Baltimore. But we need the defense to step up. They've done a pretty decent job, so gonna need more from them. I told you this game was going to come down to the wire. I told you. Well, you only got one timeout, so maybe the thought process is if you get the ball back and you're down, depending on how much time is left, you at least keep more time in the aggregate. Because unfortunately, you had to use a timeout there. And on 3rd down and 5, you kind of have to have it drive. I think I get the pass call there. Unfortunately, pressure was coming. Goff had to run. Couldn't find anybody as he stepped up. He could have tried to run with it. I don't know. It was close. If he tried to run it, he might not have gotten it, and he might have gotten rocked. Which, you put yourself on the line for the win, but either way, it's what's done is done. Defense has to stop here, or has to get a stop here. All right. Jackson takes the snap. Going to give it to Henry. And Henry loses the ball. He lost the ball. It's picked up by the Lions. What a play. Oh, man. Derrick Henry fumbles at the worst time for the 2nd time this season. Oh, man. And the Lions get the ball in the red zone. What a play by this defense. Who punched that ball out? Was that Aiden Hutchinson? Yes, it was. Aiden Hutchinson from behind just punched that ball right out of Derrick Henry's hands. It's picked up by DJ Reed, and the Lions got a chance to ice this one. Oh, man, what a costly turnover. First play of the drive, and Derrick Henry throwing his helmet on the sideline in frustration. That's the 2nd time this season where he's had a critical fumble. Now the Lions in the red zone, up 4. Handoff goes to Montgomery, and he is going to pick up just about 3, maybe a little bit, maybe just 2 even, Oh my gosh, what a play from the defense. That was pretty much exactly the same play against the Bills in week 1. It was a run to the left side, and he just gets stripped. Wow. 2nd down and 7. Montgomery staying in. Ball is at the Ravens' 13-yard line. Handoff goes to Montgomery. He's going to stay on his feet and pick up the first down at the 5. 1st and goal for the Lions. There is a flag down. Let's see what it is. It'll go against Detroit. Ay. Come on, guys. It'll be a face mask on the offense. Christian Mahogany. That you can't have. And wait, where was the face mask? Oh, there it is. Okay, they circled the wrong guy. I was like, where's the face mask? That's a face mask. So now it'll be 2nd down and 17. You got to score a touchdown here. You just got a huge turnover. Or 2nd down and 22. I'm sorry. That's a 15-yard penalty. You got to get a touchdown here. You got to get a touchdown here. I will not accept just getting a field goal. Got to get a touchdown. But now you need to get all the way to the 5 in 2 downs. They can do it. Let's see. Give goes to Gibbs, and he will be swarmed at the line for a 1-yard gain. The clock will run at least. They just keep showing that fumble, but right now, given the yardage, gonna need a big play. 3rd down and 21. .6:48 to go. Goff in the shotgun. Gibbs to his left. Pass coming. Goff airs it out, looking for Laporte or Tesla, and it's incomplete, and the field goal unit's got to come out. Well, that is not how you take advantage of that fumble your defense just got for you, but if you get points on the board, it's a plus. Unfortunately, the clock will stop running with 6 minutes and 39 seconds. And you're going to give them the ball back with a chance to tie it up or take the lead potentially. This is from 45 yards out to make it a 7-point game. Kick is up, and he got it. Jake Bates drills it. It is 31-24 Detroit with 6:35 to go. I think they're just playing a time game there, Detroit fan. I think the reason they run the ball there is just so that they can get a running clock, and then maybe they can see if they can make it on a 3rd and long. That's the generous reading of that. But yeah, on a 2nd and long, running it out of the shotgun doesn't usually work out for big gains, but that's probably the thought process. Is that you're more than likely not going to end up converting this. Geez, that penalty sucked. That penalty really sucked. You had a chance to really put the dagger in this one. And now you're going to give them the ball back with a chance to tie or take the lead. Oh, man. Those kids got a slide to go down the stairs. Oreo Puff cereal. That can't be good for you. Regular Oreos aren't good for you. Oh, man. One thing's for sure, this game is delivered in terms of quality. Okay, so on the fumble, they did a little bowling celebration on the defense. That's something. Unfortunately, it only resulted in 3 points for Detroit instead of 7. So with 6:35 to go, Lions are up 7 in the fourth. Gonna need the defense to really, really step it up, and they've done an excellent job so far. And they're gonna take it out from the 10, cut into the inside, and brought down just past the 30 at the 31-yard line. So now if you're Detroit, you can't give up big chunk plays. And, I mean, hey, try to go for another turnover. Why not, right? That would be nice. Jackson is in the shotgun. 6.5 to go. He's going to throw it. Jackson, under pressure, brought down and sacked. Aiden Hutchinson got to him that time, and that's how you start a drive. 6th sack of the night. And the clock will roll. You know these are going to be passing downs now for Baltimore, and that can feed Aiden Hutchinson. Wow. Lamar didn't even see him coming. 2nd down and 16. Ball at their own 15. Pass coming again. Jackson just going to screen it out, and that's only going to go for a gain of about 4. It'll be 3rd down and long with 5:35 to go. 3rd down and 12, 5.5 to go and counting. Got to get the stop here. You get a stop here, offense has a chance to walk off this field with a win. Jackson is in the shotgun. He's going to be throwing it, that's for sure. I guess he could run with it. He can do that. Here comes the pass. Jackson trying to run with it. He's going to step up. Jackson going to be brought down from behind. Al-Quddin Muhammad. It'll be a gain of a few yards, but they are going to be forced to punt it away. This defense, man, has stepped up big time in the clutch. 4th down and 9. And the Lions get the ball back. The spy that they have put on Lamar Jackson has completely limited his run game. This has been a great called game by Calvin Shepard as Khalif Raymond waves a fair catch, but that ball ended up out of bounds at about the 20. A little bit of jawing going on there on the special teams. Let's keep it PG, fellas. Oh, they're gonna put this ball to 30. So now the Lions and Jared Goff have a chance to ice this. Honestly, all it takes is any score. If you can get into field goal range, make it a a 2-possession game, they're going to be battling against time. .424 to go. All you got to do is not go 3 and out. Burn this clock. Goff takes a snap, toss out to Gibbs. Gibbs trying to cut to the outside. Gibbs stays on his feet and stays in bounds. And no, he's going to step just out of bounds, and that stinks because that'll stop the clock. But a decent pickup by Gibbs. 4:16 to go. But you can't be stepping out of bounds. It was a tough spot there for him running across the sideline. And you'll take a 7-yard gain if it means the clock gets stopped. But now, 2nd down and 3. Got to keep this inbounds, fellas. There's their snap. Another handoff goes to Gibbs, and that is going to be enough for the 1st down. This defense for Baltimore's got to be completely gassed. Final 4 minutes and counting to go. We are just a few plays away, I would imagine, from the 2-minute warning, and the Lions up 7 with the football. Goff once again under center at his own 41-yard line. Another handoff to Gibbs, and that will go for just a gain of maybe 2. And the clock continuing to roll, of course. And at this point, they are just trying to burn that clock as much as they possibly can. Ideally, they have the football with the 2-minute warning. Unfortunately for them, Baltimore still has all 3 timeouts, so they're going to need to hold on to this ball for the rest of the game. Really, because at some point, Baltimore's going to start using those TOs. 5 seconds on the play clock. Now 3. There's the snap. Handoff to Montgomery, and he is going to stay up on his feet, but only pick up about 2, maybe 3. And unfortunately, they have to run one more play here. Well, actually, that might be fortunate. They can run a play here before the 2-minute warning because it'll only be a second. They'll be able to have a 2-minute warning with less than 2 minutes. So it is 3rd down and 5. Certainly manageable. They got to run a play. Gibbs going into the backfield. Goff is going to change the play with 7 seconds on the play clock. 5, 4, 3, 2, snap, pass coming. Goff going to screen it out to Gibbs, looking for the lane. Gibbs is going to be just short. Ball is at the 50, and that'll take it to the 2-minute warning with 1:56. Oh boy, now a decision has to be made. You're up 7 with 1:56 to go. 4th down and 1. Oh my gosh, I knew this game was coming down to the final seconds, guys. I knew it. What do you do here? Do you go for it? You go for it and you get it. You're in the spot to win the game. I feel like they're gonna go for it, guys. But the way the defense has been playing, maybe you do just punt it away, just pin them, and let your defense do what it's been doing. Rather than give the Ravens good field position where they just need a touchdown and they're gonna have four shots at the 1st down every time. I don't know. I just know that whatever it is they do, I hope it works. That's at the very least, the 2-minute warning is at 1:56, so you burn an extra 4 seconds on that, which is nice. Oh my gosh. This really, yeah, I mean, Not technically this is it, but yes. Oh my gosh. All right. Scott Van Pelt, hello, you beautiful bald man. Yeah, right. You can end it if you get the first down here, but I don't even know what they're doing. It's 4th down and 2, actually. So not 4th and 1. And the offense is out there, boys. And I do wonder if they're actually going for this or if they're going to just try to get him to jump. Although they only have 1 timeout, so it kind of feels like they're going to just go for it straight up. Montgomery's in the backfield. Goff is under center. They're going for it. Play action. Goff going to throw. Goff airs it out to St. Brown, who caught it for a first down. Perfect throw. Perfect catch. First down, Detroit. There is a flag down. We'll see what it is. Defensive holding. It'll be declined. It'll be a first down for Detroit. And that was about the perfect throw from Jared Goff on a play action to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Who else but Amon-Ra? And yeah, that's a hold there. And they held. So it would have been a first down anyway. But a perfect throw from Jared Goff. You know what I don't want to hear anymore? That Jared Goff isn't in that upper echelon of quarterbacks. I'll say it. Have to have it on the road. One of the top quarterbacks in the league is on the other side of the football, and he makes the big-time play. 20 for 28 for 202 yards tonight and a touchdown. And his team is a couple of first downs away here from icing this football game. Goff under center. There's your snap. He's going to give it to Montgomery. Montgomery finds a big hole. There goes David Montgomery. Past the 15, 10, 5 to the end zone. Touchdown, David Montgomery. Lions extend the lead with 1:42. Second tutty of the night for Demo. And the Lions with a dagger into the heart of Baltimore. 31 yards. And the Ravens fans are stunned. You know, it's interesting. All of the ESPN so-called experts picked the Ravens to win this game. And Lions went in as 5-point underdogs. Right now, not only are they covering that spread, they're doing it by double. Here's the snap. Extra point is up, and it is good. 38-24. Minute 42 to go. So Baltimore does have a lot of time here, but down 2 touchdowns. This game is all but over, barring some crazy turn of events. Oh, man. You want to talk about a statement win? Lions are 1:42 from just one of those wins. Oh my gosh, guys. What a game. I know it's technically not over. We got 1:42 to go here. But this was honestly, I mean, we'll see by the end of it once the full stats and everything of it all. Like this team, man. This team. Yeah, right. I thought we couldn't stop the mobile quarterback, Andrew. That's what they told me on the sports talk radio shows. They told me that our pass rush wasn't good enough to stop the mobile quarterback. Let's see. So Jared Goff can't play on prime time. Let's see. Jared Goff can't win playoff games. He can't win in the cold. We lose against good quarterbacks. What else do we got? I don't know. Jackson's out there in the shotgun. They're going to need some big plays. He's going to throw. Lamar, there's a deep shot, and it is incomplete. Terrion Arnold was in coverage, and Jackson just completely overthrew him. Minute 37. Obviously, it's 4-down territory for this Ravens team. Lamar Jackson, by the way, has been held to just 32 yards on the ground, and Derrick Henry to just 50, including a fumble. And the Lions have almost, a little over 7 minutes more of time of possession. Jackson's going to throw. Jackson, under a lot of pressure, he's running around. Jackson's going to be brought down and sacked again. Who else but Alex Anzalone? First sack of the night for him. Lions brought the pressure. And yet another sack on this team that allegedly does not have a pass rush. And unfortunately, I cannot see the scoreboard because the ABC Channel 53 is showing the winning lottery numbers from today. Jackson's going to throw. Jackson just with a short screen trying to make something out of nothing. And somehow he stays on his feet, the receiver. He's going to pick up the first down. Oh, come on, guys. You got to finish the play. They sandwiched the receiver there, but he escapes somehow and gets a first down on what would have been a third down and pretty long. For sure, Ben. For sure. Final 51 seconds to go. And the Ravens into Lion territory. There's the snap. Pass coming from Jackson. He throws. It is caught. Caught just in bounds for a first down. 46 seconds to go here. All right, let's avoid the big chunk plays here, guys. Let's get some more tackles in the field. But obviously, Baltimore is going to need a whole lot more than just a touchdown. They're going to need a touchdown, a recovered onside kick, and then another touchdown. But still, let's finish it strong, guys. Ball is at the Lion 30. Jackson going to throw. Jackson stepping up. Now he's on the run. Jackson running for his life, and he is finally pushed out of bounds, but he burns a lot of time. And I believe Baltimore just called timeout with 35 seconds to go. And you got to think, too, once again, the Lions left a lot on the board. I mean, like, they had they settled for a field goal after the turnover. You had the Brian Branch dropped interception. So that flips the script in this game to where the Ravens ended up going down the field and scoring a touchdown. You could say the other way around with the Ravens, but still, like, the point is, the Lions played this is probably their best game overall, given the opponent and given the stage. But there was still things where you're like, yeah, they could have played better on this down, or they could have avoided some of the penalties that they've had, whatever the case might be. And even now on this drive, you're like, okay, you could have iced this one back in their own territory, but instead you're giving them a chance to try to extend or cut the lead. There's a catch by Andrews, and he is going to waltz into the end zone for a touchdown with 29 seconds to go. So fantasy owners of Mark Andrews, or Lamar Jackson for that matter, really love that. And it looks like John Harbaugh is going to go for 2. And obviously they're going to try an onside kick. All the Lions have to do is recover it. And even if they don't recover it, all they would have to do is not give up a touchdown with 29 seconds. But crazy things have happened, so just avoid allowing that to happen. So they will go for 2 here, which also changes it if they can get the stop on this 2-point. Then all Baltimore can do is tie it up with that touchdown, and they would have to get a 2-point again. This is their first 2-point attempt of the season. Jackson, he's going to run with it. Jackson not going to, and he does get rid of it. It is incomplete. There is a flag down. Thought he wasn't going to get rid of it. And there's going to be a defensive holding call. Ay. Yeah, the penalties is another thing. We gotta clean up these penalties. It seems like there are way too many penalties on Detroit. Oh. So there was an ineligible man downfield. So it was offsetting penalty. So they're just going to retry the 2-point. All right. I guess I'll take that. Better than giving them an easier 2-point. There's the snap. Jackson going to throw. Jackson airs it out and incomplete. I don't know who he's throwing to. That was nowhere near anybody. And the Ravens failed to convert on the 2-point, which pretty much puts this game to bed if it wasn't already. Well, one thing's for sure. As far as game of the week goes, if this isn't your game of the week, you're not watching NFL football. This is easily the best game of the week. And that's crazy because of all the craziness with special teams this past week with the blocked field goals and the game-winning field goals. So teams are 1 for 11 on onside kicks. Apparently Carolina got the onside kick. So let's see. They need to get it to the 45. And just adjusting the football here. Let's see where it goes. And it will take a high bounce and a leaping catch there by Brock Wright, number 87. And that will do it. Ravens fail to get the onside kick. And the Lions will be able to knee this one out. I'm assuming John Harbaugh is not going to be using any of those 2 timeouts that he's got left. This was a statement win. To all the people who thought that this Lions team was not going to be a Super Bowl contender this year, I will point you to this game. This Lions team could beat anybody else in this league, and they certainly could win the Super Bowl this year, and this game has proven that. Goff takes a knee, and that is all he will need. Final score in Baltimore is 38-30. Lions will be back next week at home to take on the AFC North's Cleveland Browns. But they will be tied for first, or I guess just behind Green Bay due to the tiebreaker with a 2-1 record on the year. Back-to-back wins puts the Lions above 500. And the road game win streak might be beginning again. Because obviously they already lost it against the Packers. What a game. What a game. I mean, hold on. Let me just... Al-Quadin Muhammad got 2.5 sacks. And Aiden Hutchinson got a sack. Jack Campbell led you in tackles. Derrick Henry was held to 50 yards. Lamar Jackson, I mean, these are garbage time numbers. Let's just be honest with ourselves. But he was also held to just 35 yards. Hold on, they're interviewing Jared. Wow. What a game. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I can't really believe we won this game. And I picked the Lions to win this game, but I pretty much always pick the Lions. I'm kind of flabbergasted. Like, we beat the Baltimore Ravens on the road, a team we never beat. Anyway, whether at home or on the road, we never beat the Ravens. And we beat them on the road on primetime, Monday night. What a huge win. St. Brown had a great game, 7 catches, 77 yards. J-Mo had just those couple of catches at the beginning of the game, and then he was quiet the rest of it. Laporta had a great game, 4 catches. Montgomery was the story of the offense, 151 yards on the ground. And even Gibbs, unfortunately, he didn't have a great game, but he had a couple of touchdowns. But unfortunately, just averaged just 3 yards a carry, which is not good. But yeah, I am starting to lean more like maybe we should go back to starting with Montgomery. But you know what? We're 2-1. Whatever we're doing is working, so don't stop. Don't stop doing what you're doing because it's working. All right, fellas. Well, this has been a amazing night. A great win for our Lions. We'll be back tomorrow night, talk about all the sporting news of the week, and I do have a lot to talk about, especially with our beloved Tigers deciding they don't want to play baseball in October. We'll get to all of it, but we'll definitely be talking about this game and just what it means for the NFL, because I think the rest of the league has now been put on notice. The Lions are for real. And I don't know why anybody ever doubted it, but that Green Bay Packer game is not indicative of what this team is capable of. And we got a lot of tough games to go, but this was one of the tougher games, and we passed the challenge with flying colors. So I'm going to get going. I'm not tired, but I need to get off and, try to calm down before I go to bed here. So have a good rest of your night, everybody, and we'll talk tomorrow. See ya. See you later. Go Lions. See ya.